We have already discussed speaking section in our last session. In this session, I will go with writing, reading, and listening. In writing, we have two nested sections, summarize written text and essay. In summarize written text, name speaks that you will have a text written in a form of passage or paragraphs, combination of paragraphs. It will be like two or three paragraphs in front of you, like this I'm having, and then you need to read through and summarize that. Now there are some conditions which you need to understand in order to get a full marks in this. You will have 300 words long paragraph which will contribute marks in your reading and writing section, because at the same time you will read the para, you will read passage having two or three paragraphs, whatever, and then at the same time you need to answer that by writing the summary of that passage. You will get the marks contributed to two sections, reading and writing. The time you will get 10 minutes to complete the task. So in that 10 minutes, you need to write the summary, and in a single sentence, you are restricted to write no more than 75 words, right? So for example, it is a little tricky, so please listen carefully. If you can see this by watching, and we are having comma, then you agree person can use viewership data for 1 year unless you change cookie preferences, and then we are having full stop here. It means the one sentence has been completed. So from disabling, this is the second sentence. If you want to make your sentence longer, then you need to add conjunction words, for example, however, and only then it will be considered one sentence if the whole sentence having only one full stop at the end, not in between anywhere. If I replace this full stop with and or but, however, but I don't use the full stop here, then start disabling and only use full stop after functionality. So starting from by watching, I only use full stop at the end next to the functionality. Then only this whole line will be considered as a single sentence. Keep that in your mind. Okay. Next we have essay. In this series, I'm only focusing to explain the test format. That's the only reason I'm not any tricks with you, but you will get very soon how you need to perform them, in order to get your full marks. In essay, you will have 200 to 300 word essay on a given topic. So you need to write essay. It's a normal task. It's easy to understand because we all have chance to do this in our classes, like, in even in colleges and schools, we have done this, right? But we need to write 200 to 300 words, not less than 200, not more than 300. You will be having a question. In that question, you need to write an essay on that. And the essay will be minimum of 200 words, but not more than 300. Make sure if you go like 301 even, you will get 0. Remember, this section only contributes marks to your writing section. And you will get 1 minute to complete the task. And you can definitely anytime visit this website I've shared with you last time. And it's our official Pearson scoring website where you can see the videos to understand. So in the form of video, you're having material. Anytime you can go back and have a look. Here, you have 20 minutes to write your essay. So at the bottom of the screen, you will get the word counts when you start writing, like when you start typing. You can keep an eye on that word counting. Screen counts the number of words you write. So make sure to write a minimum of 200 words, right? Not less than 200 words and no more than 300 words. That's it for the writing section. Now let's move to the reading section. Again, I will go to the top of the navigation and I will click on test format. When I click on the test format, I will go to the page where I can have part 2. We have already discussed part 1, in which we discuss speaking and writing. This part you will get at first. So, and it will take between 54 to 67 minutes, depending on the questions and question lengths. In a reading section, this will be your part 2. And in this section, how many questions do we have? We have 5 questions. Reading and writing fill in the blanks, multiple choice, multiple answer, reorder paragraphs, fill in the blanks, multiple choice, single answer. Students get confused in multiple choice questions and do mistakes. A very good trick to understand. Multiple answers, you will get a box to tick multiple answers, as we normally have on websites or surveys. When we choose more than one options, then we will have a box to tick. When you go with a single answer, there is only one answer you will be able to select. In single answer, you will be able to select only one answer. That's why you will be having different type of selection button. I would go here, you will have a box, so you will be able to select more than one boxes. But in a single answer, you will be getting a radio button we normally use in our web development language. So we do have a radio button which gives you functionality to select only one option at a time. So if you try to select another one, it won't be. So it will only gives you capability to select one. So whenever you see the radio buttons, it means that you will be only having a single answer answer to be selected. And in plural form, for example, like you will be selecting more than one answer, it means you will get this type of checkbox. Always remember, this is just the short tip, right? In both of the sections. Either it will be a multiple answer or single answer. So you need to see and differentiate which one is multiple answer, multiple choice, and which one is single answer, multiple choice. Like you will get multiple choices from which you will be able to select more than one answer or only single answer. We'll have reading and writing fill in the blanks, which are very, 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 very important. In this task, what you are expecting, you will see a text with several gaps. Choose words from a drop-down menu to fill in the gaps. Now, in this fill in the blanks, you will have like two fill in the blanks. One is reading and writing, the other one is only reading. Difference is in this reading and writing, whenever you see a drop down box, you will always remember that the score goes to two sections, your reading and your writing. If you get drag and drop fill in the blanks, like you pick the answer and you drag it and you drop it in the blank, it means that marks goes to only reading blank. Now, in this reading and writing, we'll get the drop down menu from which like we click it and 3 or 4 options will be appeared in a drop down menu, and we like in the form of menu, and we need to select one of them. Marks goes to reading and writing. Timing definitely not applicable, but recommended 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes, quickly select the answer and move forward to the next blank. There is a passage with some missing words, so 3, 4 or 5 blanks you will be expecting coming in your one paragraph. Beside each gap, there is a button with a drop down list. Left click on this button to reveal the drop down list of options for the gap. Select the option you think best fills that gap. And you can definitely watch the video later. Multiple choice, multiple answer. In this, you will see that the task you are expecting is after a unit text, answer a multiple choice question on the content or tone of the text by selecting more than one response. So you need to select more than one responses, more than one options. Marks goes only in reading, and the same thing, like 2 minutes you need to perform this. Within 2 minutes, you just choose your answers and move forward. Reorder paragraph, it's kind of like I would go with, for example, this is the paragraph which is in the correct order, first and second. But what you will get in your exam, second option will go above to the first one. And if there are 3 or 4 more lines, then they will be not in the correct order. So number 3 line will be in the place of first, and the first will be placed in the third. Your task will be make that unordered lines or sentences in an order, right? If number 3 will be here and number 1 will be here, then your task is to read these lines, and number 1 needs to be at the place of 1 and number 3 needs to be at the place of 3. So after 2, it does make sense, right? So you will have unordered paragraphs which you need to reorder correctly. Then there is a fill in the blanks. In fill in the blanks, see this fill in the blanks, drag and drop. The text appears on a screen with several gaps in it, like blanks. Drag words from the box below to fill the gaps. There will be options, and you need to pick the option, drag it, and then drop in the gap. This task marks contributes only in reading. Next, we will be having multiple choice single answer. I will tell you in my coming video which are the important one, which are not, and which you can skip, which should not. In multiple choice single answer, you will be having this task. After reading the text, answer a multiple choice question by selecting one response. So remember, you will have radio buttons from where you can only choose one answer. Marks only goes to reading. So multiple choice single answer, marks will be contributed in reading section, fill in the blanks in the reading section. Then reorder paragraph also only contributes in your reading section. Multiple choice, multiple answers also contributes only in reading section. But this one, reading and writing, which you will be selecting a one option, correct option from drop down menu, will goes to reading and writing. So marks goes to reading and writing. Perfect. Again, I'll go to task forward and I will be having to discuss the part 3, which is a listening one. So for part 1, speaking and writing, both are the sections will come under the part 1, and you need to give 54 to 67 minutes depending on the task length. Then part 2, it will take around 30 minutes to complete. And in reading, we have discussed 5 nested tasks. 1, reading and writing, fill in the blanks. 2nd, reading, fill in the blanks. 3rd, multiple choice, multiple answers. 4th one, multiple choice, single answer. And the last one is reorder paragraph. In listening, part 3, we'll be having approximately 30 minutes to complete, and let's explore this section, what we are getting. So in listening, we'll be having 8 nested sections. So first one is summarize spoken text. Right. In summarize spoken text, we can understand by the name that we'll be hearing lecture or we'll be hearing a text in a form of lecture, definitely. And then we need to summarize that by writing the answer, by writing that summary, right? Same thing you were having in your speaking section. In your speaking, if you go back and have a look, you will be able to see read a lecture. In read a lecture, it's the same thing. Here we are having read a lecture, like we need to speak the summary of the lecture. However, in listening, same you will be hearing a lecture type of paragraphs, lecture type of passage. So you will be hearing kind of the same lecture. Passage could be changed. The pattern will be same. So you will be hearing and you are writing the summary. In written lecture, you will be hearing and speak the summary. So you need to record the answer. In this, you need to type the answer. Okay, what are the rules? Task after listening to a recording, write a 50 to 70 word summary. So in this, you need to write how many words? 50 to 70. How many words? 50 to 70 word summary. Marks goes to listening and writing sections, because at the same time you listen the lecture and write the answer simultaneously you will be doing. Okay, because in this task you are performing two tasks together. You are listening and then you are writing. Very important, no less than 50 and more than 70. Keep that in your mind. In your writing, if I go back and I will show you the writing, in your writing you are having summarized written text. In that, no more than 75 words. In your listening, no more than 70 words and no less than 50 words. But in summarize the written text, you will be having written text in front of you which you need to summarize, right? Summarize spoken text, you will be hearing the text and then summarize. With the name, you can differentiate. Summarize written text mean you will be having a written text in front of you which you need to read and then write a summary accordingly. In summarize spoken text, there is a spoken text you will be hearing and then summarize that accordingly. In summarize written text, you will be writing 70, 0 to 70 words. In spoken text, you will be bounded from 50 to 70 words. So no less than 50 words and no more than 70 words. And same time, like a 10 minutes, you will be getting to complete the task. Here they wrote it down, minimum of 50 words and no more than 75 words. The next section is multiple choice. Same applies here as well, as we were already discussing reading. We were having multiple choice, multiple answers, multiple choice, single answers. So we are having the same thing here. You will be having checkboxes in multiple answers to select more than one answers, and you will be having radio buttons in order to select only a single answer. You won't be able to select more than one answer in here. And marks only contributed to your listening section. We'll move to the fill in the blanks. In fill in the blanks, marks will be contributed to listening and writing, because 4 to 5 blanks you will be having in that passage, in that paragraph, and then you need to listen the recording in order to write the correct words in the blanks. So a transcript of a recording appears on the screen. So same recording you will be hearing with several gaps. After listening to the recording, type the missing words in each gap. Right? So the paragraph you will be hearing in front of you having gaps or having blanks in there, same paragraph you will be hearing. Wherever you find the gaps, you will write the answer. Highlight correct summary. Couple of paragraphs you will be having, 3 to 4 or 4 to 5 options you will be having in the form of paragraph, like you can see on the screen. And then you need to select one of which summary, because you listen the recording, and in that recording you will need to understand what that recording about or what you are having in that recording. In highlight correct summary, you need to highlight or you need to choose the right summary once you hear the recording. What we are expecting in this. After listening to a recording, select the paragraph that best summarizes the recording. So you will be hearing a recording and you are having 3 to 4 or 4 to 5 summarizes paragraph of that recording. So which you need to select or highlight mean you need to select that paragraph which correctly summarize the recording. Then you will be having multiple choice single answer, and I have already told you will be having multiple choices, multiple options, but you will be able only to select one. How you can differentiate between multiple choice multiple answers and multiple choice single answers? Very simple trick. If you see radio button, it means it's single answer. If you see checkbox, it means you will need to go and select more than one answer. This is a bit tricky, but marks goes to only listening. Same goes to here, marks only goes to listening. Then highlight correct summary, marks goes to listening and reading, because in highlight correct summary, you need to read the summary as well in order to select it, that whether it is right or wrong. So you are deciding. Listening because you listen and then you read that summary to select. Fill in the blank, same thing, because in fill in the blanks you are listening the transcript or listening the paragraph from which you're having blanks to fill. Multiple choice, multiple answer, contributed only. Summarize spoken definitely goes to listening and writing because you need to listen and then you need to. Then we go to select missing word, write the answer. So we were discussing multiple choice single answer, and I have told you that you will be having radio button in this, right? To select only single answer. Then we are having select missing words. Okay, so missing words. After listening to a recording, select a missing word that completes the recording from a list of options. For example, you will be having a list of options, like very small options, like one word or maybe one or two words in a option, in single option. So you will be having 3 to 4 options. In that 3 to 4 options, once the recording finished, you will be hearing beeps out. Then you need to select and move forward. It's an ending word. You can get help from the video here later to get better understanding of this section. Seventh one is highlighting correct words. So you will be having a paragraph in front of you or a passage in front of you. Then the same passage you will be hearing. Once you hear the recording and see the paragraph, there are chances that you will be having different words written on the screen. In recording, you will be hearing a different word. It means wherever you see that the written word is not matched with the recording, you need to highlight that word like this. The same passage I will be hearing, right? And the same passage I'm having on this. Let's assume I'm hearing a recording, and in that recording, I'm hearing, for example, for this item type, you are representing with the transcript. Oh, okay. So I got the hint. I'm having presented written in this para, but I have heard represented, right? It means both are the words not matched. So I need to highlight this. Then same goes transcript of the audio recording. However, so when I listen to recording, in that recording, maybe I've heard but I've seen that written, however. So what I need to do, I need to highlight this because what I have heard is different. What I have seen is different. It should be matched. So wherever you find the match words, you don't need to highlight. But if you see that written word and the recorded words are not matched, you need to highlight them. Okay. And it is very important. So keep practicing. Marks goes to listening and reading because at the same time we will be hearing the recording, and by using our eyes we need to read the paragraph which is written in front of us because we need to highlight the words not matched with the recording, right? Then there is the last one, write from dictation. It is quite easy and its pattern is same like a repeat sentence. In repeat sentence, you are repeating the sentence after hearing. Here the same thing. You are writing the sentence after hearing. So write from dictation. The sentence will be dictated to you and you need to hear. Then you need to write the same sentence in a right order. This is write from dictation. And that's it. This is a test format. And once you understand the format, there are less chances to do mistakes and more chances to get higher marks in your exam. So be prepared, get yourself familiar with the test format. And if there are any questions you come across, please don't hesitate to write in a comment section and I am happy to answer that. I'm here to help you guys. So please confidently practice every day. Subscribe my channel so you don't miss any session and new updates. Thanks for today. It's the time to say bye bye.